Most people misunderstand acceptance. They think accepting reality means surrendering. They believe that if they stop resisting, they will become weak, passive, or unmotivated. So they continue fighting everything they cannot control. They fight difficult people. They fight unexpected setbacks. They fight the past. They fight uncertainty. Eventually, they even fight themselves. Then they wonder why their worries never end. The problem is not that life contains difficulties. Difficulties are a natural part of life. The real problem is the mind's constant resistance to reality. External problems are only the visible symptoms. The real source of suffering is the unsettled mind. When the mind refuses to accept what really exists, it creates endless worry, fear, frustration, anger, and disappointment. Even after one problem disappears, another quickly takes its place, because the inner pattern has never changed. This is why some people seem trapped in the same struggles year after year. The circumstances may change, but the mind continues reacting the same way. The problem is not that life contains difficulties. Difficulties are a natural part of life. The real problem is the mind's constant resistance to reality. External problems are only the visible symptoms. The true source of suffering is the unsettled mind. When the mind refuses to accept what already exists, it creates endless worry, fear, frustration, anger, and disappointment. Even after one problem disappears, another quickly takes its place, because the inner pattern has never changed. This is why some people seem trapped in the same struggles year after year. The circumstances may change, but the mind continues reacting in the same way. Acceptance does not create suffering, resistance does. Many people confuse acceptance with resignation, but they are completely different. Resignation says, I can't do anything, so I'll give up. Acceptance says, this is the reality before me. Now I can respond wisely. Resignation closes the door to action. Acceptance opens the door to clear action. Imagine trying to swim against a powerful current. The harder you fight the water, the faster you exhaust yourself. But the moment you stop fighting the current, you regain enough clarity to choose the best direction to swim. Life works the same way. Reality does not become easier because we resist it. It becomes clearer when we stop arguing with what already exists. This reflects one of the fundamental laws of life. Our inner state shapes our outer experience. When the mind is filled with fear, every challenge appears threatening. When the mind is filled with anger, every disappointment becomes a battle. When the mind is calm, the same circumstances becomes easier to understand and respond to. The external world often reflects the condition of the inner world. Difficult relationships, repeated conflicts, emotional exhaustion, and many of life's recurring hardships are not simply punishments or bad luck. They are feedback. They reveal areas within ourselves that remain unsettled and out of balance. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What inside me is reacting this way?" The single question changes everything. It shifts attention away from blaming circumstances and toward understanding the mind. Perhaps the problem is attachment to a particular outcome. Perhaps it is fear of uncertainty. Perhaps it is pride that refuses to admit mistakes. Perhaps it is a desire to control what cannot be controlled. When these inner causes remain untouched, suffering repeats itself even if the external situation changes. Transformation begins the moment we stop trying to control everything outside us and start cultivating balance within. Acceptance is not pretending that pain does not exist. It is seeing reality clearly without adding unnecessary resistance. It is letting go of the struggle against what cannot be changed while taking wise action where action is possible. Calmness replaces panic. Humility replaces ego. Moderation replaces emotional extremes. Inner peace replaces constant worry. This is not giving up. It is giving up the illusion that resistance creates control. Real strength is not found in defeating every obstacle. Real strength is developing a mind that remains steady in the presence of every obstacle. When the mind becomes balanced, worries lose their power. And when worries lose their power, life begins to change from the inside out.